Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode.
Keep going.
I'm trying. Bowling Between the Bays. Made by bowlers. 4 bowlers on the Mornington Peninsula. Oh my God, I didn't
see, last week we had a non-bowler here. We had to sack him.
Well,
he claimed he won a club singles at Mornington on the beach back in 1927 or something like that.
But he didn't.
When Methuselah was still playing for Jerusalem in Division 6. But no, we got rid of him. He's sacked.
Very good.
He was actually quite funny though.
He wasn't bad.
What was his name again? Taser.
Taser, that's
it. Him, yeah.
He does greens or something like that. But anyway, this is our second episode, and I'd like to sort of start with a reflection on how we think we went last week.
Well, we got a second week. That's the answer.
We were still here.
Yeah, we're still here.
Which isn't so bad. But I actually got some favourable comments from around the
none towards me anyway. That's live, I don't mind that. Got broad shoulders.
Well, they quite liked the banter, so it was all right. Oh, talking about that.
We have shirts.
Actually, for a start, one of the feedbacks were that I was wearing the green top and with the green backing, it looked as though you could see right through me.
So we didn't have a green backing, we actually had your club in the background last week.
But it uses what we call as the green wall.
I know,
isn't that right? Yeah, the green
this week we have shirts.
We have shirts, and we've got these.
Do you know who they're made by?
Do you want to stand up and...
I'm not standing up, I've only got shorts on. Oh. But look, it looks fantastic. People can see it.
Yep.
Looks made by Hooded Life.
Yep.
Just Todd Simmons.
Very thankfully he sponsored us for these.
Are they free?
Yeah, he sponsored us.
That's the first time we've had anything free out of Todd Simmons in our life.
But look, he's very good. So he's actually asked one of our sponsors. And of course, on your left
side,
your left breast.
What's that?
That's the MPB. That's actually their symbol. And we've got RPP and also Hooded Life as well.
Well,
so we have official shirts now.
Can I be serious for a moment?
Yes.
In all fairness, go to Hooded Life because they make outstanding hoodies. Not only do they do bowls clothing, if anybody's out there watching us from a cricket club or a netball club or whatever might be the case, Todd does exceptional clothing, local business, supporting local charities and a family business as well.
Yeah, and not only that, what else does he do? He does netball because...
I said that.
Did you say netball?
Typical school teacher, don't listen.
I didn't think I heard you say netball.
Netball, cricket, football, he tried to even get to baseball.
No, he was very good. He did something for us at our club and it was a 4-week turnaround, so that was great.
Brilliant bloke. He's just been over in China to source some new things. But a great bloke. Well known down in the peninsula because he's Dylan Fisher's dad. But more importantly, he's better known as Jet and Mika's Simmons' dad because they're outstanding sports people in their own right. But anyway.
Well, they're just a dead set great family, full stop. Gossip around the traps. Now, we've just been off the phone.
We have late breaking news, folks.
Have very big breaking news.
We need some dramatic music in the background for this one.
Do I need solicitors?
No, not this one. Maybe next week. The week after.
The word is that straight from playing as skip for Kringle, Cooper Krause has now gone back to Frankston, who he actually played on Saturday, on the proviso that Stan Slawinski would step in and be his third, and we're told that's pretty reliable news.
Yes, the People's Champion which is Stan, for those who don't know, I christened him about 5-6 years ago as the People's Champion, and Caroline, his lovely wife, says he's very much the same thing in the bedroom. I don't know whether that's said or not, but anyway. Anyway, he's back. Stan, the big news really is that Stan Zawinski is back to play pennant.
Yes.
And that's a great thing in its own right because he has been one of the greats. He's using a bowling arm these days, and I know he's up and down with that a little bit, but that's life. But Cooper said I'll come back to City of Frankston and I'll play as a skipper, and Stan you'll be my third. And
what was the word is that he felt he didn't fit in, maybe?
Probably too young, maybe too vibrant, too exciting, too enthusiastic, too combative, too much like Barry Lester. Hope he gets the joke when he's listening to this. I've often said that because he's a left-hander. But he's heading back to City of Frankston and probably $100 a week this year because last year I think it was $50 a week. This week here I believe it's $100 a week.
Got paid.
Oh, it was a generosity. It was a philanthropic donation to him from a very wealthy member of the club.
Oh, really?
So I'm led to believe. No mention of Tankwell or anything like that, but great.
Right.
No, but good luck to him if he goes back there. Look, Kringle's it's a working man's club. Let's face it. It's a rough and tumble club. They're mighty successful both off the green, on the green, exceptionally well led by their board and their chairman, David Allen. But it just probably wasn't ever going to be his cup of tea to be there. And he gets to go back to.
I suppose he went with the fact that a couple of others went across or went back to Kringle more. A couple
did that, yes.
They did, and maybe he followed that.
I think he will enjoy being back there.
And when you looked at it, well, I mean, we've looked at their results have been somewhat reasonable considering the numbers that they lost. Those two back in could now start to make them a bit of a player in the whole setup.
Look, Cooper's an emerging talent down this way. He loves his bowls, which is the important part, and it gives him a sport which he's got the ability in. And so I got some eye guys. I apologise. It's probably Picky doing something to me. But anyway, no, good luck to him if he goes back there and enjoys the club environment. And I wish him all the best. That's all we can do.
I've actually seen he's up at the Vic Open too. So if I catch up with him, I'll see if I can have a chinwag.
Are you leaving us, are you?
I'm heading up tomorrow.
Does the Department of Education know that you're going to take a week off?
Because I'm a relief teacher, I just block out the days I don't want to play because I'm not on a firm contract. So that's how it works.
But you still get to drive around in three different BMWs every week.
Not quite.
You do?
Not quite. Anyway,
you got another new one out there in the car park today.
No, that's not a new one.
It is?
That's the same one you saw last week.
Fresh off
Anyway, time for a break, so we'll go to our first break now.
Bye.
The story began on a quiet coastal road, in this backyard. It was the summer of 2006, when pedal pushers were in. Shane Warne took his 700th wicket, and a few great mates started making beer together. They say it takes a village to raise a child, same with a brewery. Grant here is the brains of the operation. He's the number cruncher and the forward thinker. And there's Blake. We call him the Nutty Professor. He cares for the beers like they're his children. Oh, and Blake's mum works next door. Bless her. There's George with his son Brent. Every week they're here having a beer, asking, how's life, mate? Meet JP. He drives our delivery van. Local artists made our artwork. Lovely people. We're basically one big family, with a beer for everyone and every occasion. At Jetty Road, we're very serious about not taking ourselves too seriously. Come say hello, there's a beer waiting for you.
When you're a big bank, you have big responsibilities. The biggest of which is to do the right thing. It's something Bendigo Bank has always been good at. Bendigo Bank is proud to support AFL Southeast Women's Football.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match, because we live and breathe batteries, those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyre Road, Mornington.
Okay, welcome back to Bowling Between the Bays. Mike's eyes a little bit better.
Well, slightly better. Only just.
Thank goodness for that.
Might need an ophthalmologist or whatever. What's the right word? Who looks after eyes?
Optometrist.
They give you glasses. I think the ophthalmologist actually does the eyes.
Really?
They fix the eyes.
Actually, while we're talking about it, last week, a point of order is that you went and said that Sir Francis Drake
invented bowls.
He didn't invent bowls.
Who did?
No, because I actually had to do something. So I actually did a whole PowerPoint for the kids, so I know there is a difference.
Too much time on your hands.
No, he was very, very famous.
He was.
At the time of the French Armada coming in, where they said, quick, we got to do it. And he said, no, I've got to finish my game of bowls, which he did.
That is true.
Yeah, so,
okay.
No.
All right.
But it was probably 2 centuries earlier than that.
By the way, I went to Ready Roast during the week, and I reckon I'm close to cracking in for a bit of sponsorship. There might have a little sign there just below me just to say...
Really?
Mix or Stano's sponsor.
we could probably have a little platter there and we could be eating it. Do you think?
Very nice thinking, really. Apparently, to everybody's great surprise, last Saturday there was a full complement of games played in Division 1, all divisions at Saturday Pennant.
Oh, and it rained though.
It poured down.
How did that happen?
I was actually umpiring a cricket match at the time. I'm out there running in and out, and we stayed on the ground the whole time. Thought no bowls would get finished. I drive down to Hastings. I was watching Pete's coverage of the Hastings versus, I don't know who they played, but somebody, last Saturday.
Mount Eliza.
Your club, sorry.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah, just kind of a couple of short. They were still playing, and it was wet.
Yep.
Very wet.
I actually heard some nice compliments about
Yes.
Peter. They actually think he's got a very not a good face for radio. I wasn't going to say that's sort of something you'd say. They actually said, Pete, that you've got a good voice for it. They liked it.
Got a good timbre to his voice.
I was trying to listen to see if he actually got shots instead of points, like you
I
mentioned.
don't know. I wasn't listening last
How'd you go this week?
By mistake, I called them bullets for a while.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So they played last Saturday.
Yes, we did.
From what my quick assessment of all the ladders I saw and all the results, it appears that every single game got completed.
Yep, it did.
Which in itself is a miracle. And most importantly, shall we go through some of the games?
Yeah, well, I think if we
might leave the big one to the last one because
do
there's
you?
more time.
Oh, okay.
I think we might go down and start at the bottom of this and go up.
All right. Well,
So Somerville beat Mornington Civic.
Yep.
I had predicted this would be a 100-shot win to Somerville.
I do
but
remember
I was close.
you saying.
I was very close to my prediction. I think the final margin was, I think it was 13 points. Yeah,
13 points.
13 shots. Yeah.
And actually, yeah, when you came down and you said to me straight away, Crikey might have just got the news that Summy only won by 13 points.
Yep.
So they actually lost, one rink, I think, by the looks of it.
They had one rink which got absolutely hammered.
Yes.
Which was Jono, sadly. I forgot it here. He was beaten by, is it Sarah Ashley? What's her name? Not Sarah.
Liz.
Liz Ashley, yes.
Yeah.
Liz Ashley.
9 points.
And her rink with we'll call him slightly temperamental Mick Curran as her third. And she got up by 9 shots.
Yeah.
Against Jono. The other 3 rinks were all on along well. Britt Jago and his bunch of what are they? Probably sailors down there, I suppose, at some, aren't they? Well, they were the Eagles.
Yeah.
He knocked off somebody by 6 shots. Brucey Evans.
Brucey, 6 shots, yeah.
Brucey, who actually got down to watch the last few ends of your game.
He did, lovely guy.
Because he lives just around the corner.
Oh, really?
And he loves to get down there and have a drink with the boys.
He's always a gentleman.
He beat Graham Davies.
Yeah, 7 shots.
7 shots, yep. And then we had Scotty Geimer, continued on his way as the greatest skipper on the peninsula.
Yeah.
He won against Steve Pickles by 9.
Yep.
And John O was beaten by Liz Ashley. So, and it's interesting because that's a home game for Somerville with Nigel Henderson as the lead, who knows the Somerville greens like the back of his hand. He can play blindfold down there and still win.
Yep.
Dave Murr and
Matty Arnold in there.
Matty Arnold, who just won the club singles there the weekend before.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry, the day after.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, anyway, so that's Somerville. They got 16 points and they are second on the ladder.
Yep.
City of Frankston played cricket, which sort of was always going to have an element of interest in it because of the movement of players between the two clubs over the winter.
Yeah.
But Kringle got up by 12 shots, which wasn't a convincing victory, but they were at City of Frankston, so good luck to them.
Yeah.
Ashley continued his good run. He got by 8 shots over Andy Houston, who is a most underrated skipper in my opinion. We're getting there. We start from top and work our way down the list.
Sorry.
Stephen Dare, who I've got to be honest with, I'm not quite sure who Stephen Dare is, but he must be a great bowler because he's skipping.
That's correct.
He beat Grant Burley by 8 shots.
Yep.
Which is good luck for him. And then Jack Daniel lost his rink by 1 to Cooper Krause, who on the back of his victory said, "I'm leaving. I've got to win. I'm going to leave."
He must have felt.
Yeah.
Well,
he had Paul Marin as his third, who's just come down from Bendigo.
Yes.
Paul would be best described as the wild thing.
Yeah.
He's but I do like Paul. Go Paul. But he's got Cooper as his skipper, but he's gone.
Yep.
And then the big one, Jerry Shriver, who left City of Frankston, went to Kringle on the promise of a skipping spot by Piggy. I assume it was Piggy that got him in the spot. And then things didn't quite work out in the winter. He came back. I'm going to beat this club Kringle.
We went down by 22 shots, mate.
22 shots, and he cost them the game. Simple as that. His loss was too great for the others to cover.
So Grant Cataract.
Grant Catterick had his, I think it might
Had a day
actually,
out.
well, it was because he lost the week before.
Yep.
And he likes winning home and away games. He likes that fact that he's well known for being a good skipper during the season.
Yeah.
So he's got up by a large margin, and in the end, 14 points for Kringle and 12 shots.
Yep.
And pretty fair win to beat City of Frankston there. I thought City of Frankston would be nothing, and they're proving to us that they're actually going to be something still.
And now with those two
With
new
Cooper and
players
Stan.
in, I reckon that'll make a big difference.
Wow, that'll be amazing. Now, I'm having trouble with my eyes this one, so excuse me, I'll put my glasses on.
No,
We're playing
the copy that I
Dramana
got through
versus Rye.
was a bit hard.
Most things are a little hazy south of Mount Martha, a little bit. But I think that in all honesty, it's been a great result down there because Rye, and apparently somewhere on Facebook, I believe,
We
was
thought
deleted.
Dramana was going to win this, baby, didn't we?
I did nominate Dramana because I thought Rye was shot. I thought they were no good.
Yeah.
And then up goes a post on Facebook, which was deleted within 20 seconds of
Ooh.
being up there, said, Stano, you, words I can't use on camera,
Oh, really?
you this and that and everything else under the sun, how dare you tip Rye to finish last and be relegated? Well, that was my good mate Jussie Breen. Go Jussie. Keep up the good work. Look forward to going to Hamilton Island or the Navy, whichever one you're going to at the end of this calendar year. But anyway, he came out and he gave me a lesson, and he gave poor old Sam Templeton a lesson.
Plus
and Jussie,
that,
to his credit, wins by 18 shots. Now, I'm assuming that his rinks probably carried him because somebody, somebody called Katie, Katie Lucas.
Marita Lavender,
Katie
Lucas.
Hang on, let's stop on Katie for a second. Katie, I know she'd be watching for sure. You are the most attractive woman out there playing bowls at the moment on the peninsula. You are gorgeous. I know you're getting married very soon, and I appreciate that, and I respect that with you. Somebody called Michael Arthur was the third, and Jussie Breen was the skipper.
Yes.
Well done, Jussie. You stuck it right up your son. I love that. I love that. If I can motivate you to bowl better every week, Justin, I'm more than happy to get into you. But because you've had a great big win, you will continue to win every single week. Yeah. You'll be the Grant Catterick of the Southern Peninsula soon. Joe Turner had a win by
10.
I think is it 10?
It's hard, but my eyes went
close enough to 10.
Yep.
He had Gary Breen as his third, and some other people. Oh, Mike Breen as his lead, and he knocked off Greg Booker, who hasn't had. Well, Phil Rees would be. I know Phil would be gutted for Greg to not be able to win his ring for the first 2 weeks, but hopefully Greg will come good at some stage, maybe about round 14 or round 15. Is there a round 15 in the season?
No, it's
Okay,
not 14 rounds.
well, you'll probably come good in round 15 in that case. And then Dennis Ryan knocked off Steve Williams. If we can read it, looks like it might be by 2 shots.
Yep.
Or it could be 9 shots.
I think it's 2.
And Steve, and then Sandra McColgan, good on her.
Yeah.
She's one of my favourites. Whenever she wins a
by
state
2.
event,
Yeah.
I go down and I get down on my knees so I can give her a hug and a kiss.
Yeah.
I don't think, well, other than probably Joy Peck, I don't think we've had a greater female bowler on the peninsula in our lifetime down here. We might get some arguments about that, folks, but no, she knocked off Ed Tompkins, who is a great draw bowler.
So it was 2 rings each.
Yes, but still.
But still a win.
Oh, Jussie won the game for them. Simple as that.
Yep, fantastic.
I think our technicians have come in and they're just trying to check how our microphones are going real good. Pete says we're great. Then, so congratulations to Rye. That's got you to position on the ladder, which is now 6th out of 8.
Yeah.
So you're doing pretty well. Now,
So the one that was live streamed.
Now, I have rocked out. Now, we're going to have a segment apparently about, what is it? You're going to release the pit bull or something, is that right?
No, we're going to call it Off the Leash, Live and Dangerous with Michael Stanley.
Well, I'm
We're
about
going to have a dead set rant.
I'm about to start.
Should we stop and do the proper intro?
I'll let Pete do it. He's not there. Good.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's just, and we'll go to it. And
Right.
now, wait a minute, stop. Okay. Now
Thank
we're
you.
back.
Right.
Rant.
Hopefully
Okay.
Pete edits that out.
Go rant.
I went down for the second week in a row to watch the tail end of what was the televised match for the week. Well, the week before wasn't televised because the weather conditions were not in our favour.
Yeah.
But I watched the end of Somerville playing Rye, which was like being in the morgue. And I arrived down at Hastings on Saturday. I mean, the game was a good game from all reports, but I mean, crikey's, man, it was boring. It was sanitised. It had no flavour. It was vanilla. There was no colours of the ice creams available other than vanilla. And I got down there, and I mean, JC got a little bit excited because it's pouring with rain. He's walking on water, and he's down a shot in the last end, and he plays. He takes half an hour to work out what shot he's going to play.
Yes.
And in the meantime, he got some idiots up on the bank getting stuck into him for chasing down short bowls and other rubbish. And
That was you.
Yeah, it was me. And I'm trying to add some flavour to the place. I'm trying to add some character to the game, which is gone. Anyway, he wins his rink by one because he plays some
That's the phone.
raking shot. Hello.
By the way, Pete, it's Mum.
Hi, Mum. We'll call you back later on, Mum. We need the microphone, Mum. No, we don't.
Hello.
I hope the microphone, this one's still working. But anyway, so well done, JC, raked up through the head, hit something at the front, wicked off the front bowl, hit another bowl which is short.
Yeah.
We came off another one which is a bit wide and knocked out the shot bowl and got shot. So well done to Johnny, got 2 shots for it and won the rink. But the important one was that Billy Johnson, now speaking of characters, Billy Johnson's one of the great characters of lawn bowls on the Peninsula.
Yeah.
It was like he was an altar boy in a church. He was dead quiet. He was just, there was no flavour. He was just up and down, smiling. He's not got a lot of weight.
He was the one. It was his rink that was being live streamed.
Oh, yes.
So maybe he's a bit camera shy.
He's camera shy. God, there's nothing about Billy Johnson that's ever been shy, but Billy, next time you're on the camera rink, mate, can you fire up for us? That was disgraceful. You should be ashamed of yourself. Pam, whack him. That's his lovely wife, by the way. She was gorgeous.
The thing that happened though, after the break,
yes.
Hastings ended up, were actually 2 shots up overall. So this match was quite close.
I'm getting to the reason for that in a second.
Okay.
Jeff Hooper, who's great to see him back out playing bowls.
Nice.
Second best left-hand user red bowls on the Peninsula. He was having a great time out there. He never stops smiling. Oh, he just loves it. He loves being out playing bowls again. Good to see him back there.
Gentlemen.
John Curtin, as I said, got up by 1 shot over the Undertaker, who had the game in his grip, and then I think
let it slip.
The coffin slipped out of his hands, and bang, John Curtin got a win. I'll come back to that one in a second. Mike Pearce, who was playing up to the crowd, he was waiting for the to be the last rink to finish, which is normally JC, but Mike's hung in there and he's been delayed by 2 or 3 ends. And anyway, he's got a fantastic win by 15 shots over Ken White.
His rink played very well though. He had great support.
Yes. One of the great bowlers of the Peninsula. Sorry, he was great before he got here. He's gone backwards since he got here. He's not quite the bowler he once was. He didn't admit that himself.
Yeah.
But the rink which cost Mount Eliza the victory, and their skipper particularly, in my opinion, with the way he played. He walked onto the green, apparently full of gusto, bravado, I'm the greatest, I'm fantastic. Typical bloody school teacher, him, loses his rink by 5 shots and costs Mount Eliza the victory. Game over, Mount Eliza wins by 15 shots.
Okay.
You nearly cost the team the victory, but you lost your rink.
But can I honestly say...
No excuses.
We probably should have lost by 20, to be honest. It was
like... Were you playing that well,
it was catch-up footy all day. Their lead...
Congratulations.
What was his name? Jim Howie. He was just on it all the time.
And he is... Now, we can talk about character. Now, he's quieter than he used to be. But Jimmy's a great bloke on the bowls room. Anyway, congratulations to Mount Eliza. They made, no statement in my opinion, because they only beat Hastings at Hastings, but hopefully they'll come good at some stage to get excited. Who have you beaten so far?
You picked Hastings to beat Mount Eliza.
Oh, yeah. You heard about Sano's Kiss of Death, don't you? I've written City of Frankston for the last 8 years on the local media down here, telling everybody that City of Frankston's a Monty to win everything.
Yes.
Right, and of course they win very little.
Well, what's the ladder? So who's on top of the ladder?
You.
Oh, Mount Eliza.
No, it says here Phil Crowder's on top of the ladder. Followed by Somerville.
Yes.
Both sides undefeated. Both sides played really no one so far. Well, Somerville played Tringle first round, but that doesn't really count because they're no good. They're shot. Hastings are amazingly third.
Yeah.
City of Frankston even more amazingly as fourth.
Yeah.
But with an arrow going upwards.
Yes.
With the People's Champion returning and Barry Lester's little protege. Kringle are fifth. I have still my ladder prediction. Remember last week, the final 4 is already set for the season.
Which didn't have Kringle in them.
No, Kringle was still fifth last week. Despite their win against City of Frankston, they're still fifth.
Yeah.
Followed by Rye Dramana Civic. The bottom 3 are set in concrete. No offence meant to anybody down there, but that is it. But the top 5 couldn't possibly change, and I'll happily be corrected.
Yeah.
But a good round. They got finished, and every other division got finished, and we're probably getting a slight one up there, but just quickly. We'll come back and do the lower grades, lower divisions.
Yeah.
Have a break.
We'll have a break.
Okay, quick run through.
And then Johnny Adams, he went out and about, and he's got a club of the week as well.
He
so
does.
we'll throw to that. So we'll do that after we have a look at the other ones.
Fantastic.
Back in a minute.
You know which club we went to?
No idea.
Great.
When you're a big bank, you have big responsibilities. The biggest of which is to do the right thing. It's something Bendigo Bank has always been good at. Bendigo Bank is proud to support AFL Southeast Women's Football.
Bass Surfboards, our last independent surfboard company. Visit Muzz at Bass HQ in Dramana. Real people, real surface, 100% Peninsula. Bass, the boards of class, a station sponsor.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tire Road, Mornington.
Welcome back to Bowling Between the Bays, and we're now into
That's Western Port to Port Phillip Bay.
That's
it has to be a question why, because it's not Swan Bay to Coronet Bay.
No. So
as I did last week.
Division 2.
We have, now, please, seriously, folks, people in charge of the MPB.
Is this another round?
Oh, God,
another
X, Y, Z. I don't know what their name is, but please, Division 2 South and Division 2 North, all the different grades there, we have two completely different ladders and results. Can we have continuity, please? Everybody's playing under the same umbrella now. Seriously, folks, we're not living in what year is it?
Yeah, 2019.
Okay,
so
Division 2. Now, I need my glasses for this, because anyway, please, give us some continuity there.
Mornington Belvedere.
Beautiful lady from Val Park, I think does media. The other one's Gabby Shepherd. Gabby, you'll do it for me, I know. Righto, Mornington, top of ladder in Division 2. I love the club, I love the way they play. Belvedere, who's a couple of people there a bit prickly, don't like my sense of humour there. Shh. But anyway, they're on their second ladder, both with 2 wins and a draw.
Desert Islands, are they?
Coringal, Dramana, Mount Eliza, Somerville, West Rosebud, and Mount Martha, my beautiful club, sitting last sadly at the moment, but they're winless, as is West Rosebud. The big result from that weekend, though, was Belvedere giving Somerville a fair old hiding by 25 shots. Interesting, yours, top 4 sides all got 16 points, the bottom 4 sides all got 2 points. That's Division 2. Yeah. And Blue Hill's my favourite retirement village, or second favourite.
They're the only 2-game winners in Division 2.
Then we go to Division 2 South. Who's on top of the ladder, Phil?
I know. I can't believe it. I think
if
it wasn't for Batonk or whatever they play down there, that club would have been folded by now. And they're on top. Mainridge is on top, which is a credit to them.
They're 2 wins and one draw. Yep. I loved over the seeds of I think it's Bonaccini still playing. He's 95 and he still bowls. And he's been a champion bowler. The sad news for the week was that Grant Powell, the chairman of, I think he was chairman of the Balnarring Bowls and Social Club, passed away during the week. I'm always sad when the incumbent passes away. I had met him a few times and a delightful man. And sadly, their top side, had a loss last Saturday. That was prior to the knowledge of Grant going. But to all the people at Balnarring and to Grant's family, we send our condolences to you and hope everybody down there is going well. But anyway, Balnarring had a loss. So it's Balnarring and Rye. The funny thing is, it's called Rye 1. I thought Rye 1 was in Division 1, which is...
you're right.
Yeah, I'm never wrong, actually, apparently. Sorrento's there, and they all got spanked. Second, third, fourth all got spanked last weekend, but still hold positions on the ladder.
I mean, the start of the season, I would have thought, you were saying dark horse, but I think Balnarring, to me,
will still be
come down. I still think that they're, to me, the favourites.
They'll win.
For that.
Right, Sorrento 1, then my old club Mount Martha 2 is also on the bottom of the ladder. Not going so well at Mount Martha. Maybe they don't want me back after all. Anyway, and then Division 3 Rosebud Country Club's on top. Rosebud Country Club's top side is second last. So
where's Trouty?
Trouty is there. He's at Rosebud.
Okay.
He played well. He played in the mixed pairs with.
We'll get to that a little bit later.
Anyway, that's Saturday pennant.
Yeah.
Look, let's do a quick wrap through Open midweek, which is
see who's on top.
Well, it's Coringal and Mount Eliza, Dramana and City Franks, all with 2 wins and 1 loss.
Yeah.
with Civic, Belvedere and Somerville and Hastings to bring up the ladder, bottom of the ladder.
Yep.
2A and 2B. Who was the famous 2B? It was Horrick, wasn't it?
To be or not to be?
Yeah, what was that? You're the school
Horrick.
teacher, you're supposed to know these things.
Yeah, but that's Shakespeare.
No wonder that you know. Only
Shakespeare and...
No wonder you're only a makeshift teacher or help everyone when they're short. You don't know things that I ask you. Anyway, City of Frankston on top in Division 2A.
Yep.
Kringle on top in Division 2B with 3 wins. Because that's what they played, didn't they, that week when the rain came down a bit, because they played Mount Eliza.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations to all people out there playing pennant on the weekend. That's great. That's the open one, which is men can play any position they like, and I'm not touching that any further.
Yep.
And then you also have this restricted one, which is
correct.
Women can play skipper or third, and that's all they can. That's all. Men can't play those one. And then down there it's any gender, whether you're non-binary, female or male. You know what non-binary means?
No.
I'll tell you later on after we go to the next break.
Oh, thank you.
Mount Martha 1
Yay, Mount Martha.
is on top of the ladder.
Yep, good.
Hang on, there's
3 wins.
Hang on, there's something missing here. Oh, that's right. Yes, I'm confused because I've got no idea what that's. Oh, that's the ladies. Yeah, that's the ladies version. Yeah,
Yes.
They're on top of the ladder.
Correct.
I reckon I might be against that side between now and the after Christmas break.
What?
I reckon I can get into that team.
What, the ladies?
Well, it's ladies and blokes, but blokes can either lead or play second. I can skip from the second spot if I need to. You work that out when you go there. Sorrento, Hastings, Ballinary. This is actually easy to read. This one. Rosebud Country Club.
Yes.
Dramana, which still troubles me. That's their predominant ladies team.
Yes.
They're not winning, but they're
That might...
open side. Where's the open one gone? There.
Yeah.
Their open side. Well, they lost last week anyway.
Yeah.
I got no
But that
idea.
might answer the question, because last week you were saying you were wondering where their good players would be playing, and it may well be that they are playing Saturday
I
rather
asked a
than midweek.
very reliable source,
Yes.
who I can't name.
Okay.
But they told me, yes, that the Dramana ladies,
Yes.
they're better quality bowler ladies, are playing in the open
In the
version, not the
open
restriction. So
Okay.
that's pennant. We're trying not to take too much time out of the show for pennant, but congratulations everybody out there playing pennant. It's exciting.
All right.
Well, anyway.
What about...
But we want characters, please. If you're out there playing pennant, get excited out there, make some noise, sing some songs, do some high fives, do some low fives, do some handstands, do something to excite us. No biff, Peter. We're not playing football or cricket, Peter.
Now,
Peter,
actually, can I just take this time?
Yes.
Pete, what were our numbers as far as the show we're concerned? First show, hardly anyone really knew
Do you
about
actually know
it.
the answer to this question yet? Because like a good barrister knows, you never ask a question unless you know the answer to it.
I asked him earlier.
Okay, good. So we can ask the question. Good. Must have been good then.
So
Cheers, it must have been good.
It's not bad.
Thank
Considering it was the
was
first
Judy
show.
Tabner watching? That's all I'm interested in, because Judy's my greatest critic. Go, Pete.
The show was watched over 12 platforms with about 8,000 people.
8,000.
Better than the 10:37 on the radio show last year when they were just on radio. That was pretty, oh, actually, you were on that show. Sorry, you were on that show. Sorry.
Yeah,
We peaked at 16 people last year, but no, 8,000
That's
people.
not true. My family's bigger than that.
8,000 people viewed the show.
Yes.
And on the live stream, over 9,500 people, over 16 platforms viewed the live
Match
stream.
of the day.
Match of the day.
Speaking of your family,
Yes.
I went past the original office in Frankston, correct? Which is now an employment services
Yes,
office.
correct. Right.
And unbeknownst to me, that underneath the roof line of the veranda, does it say John C. Crowder?
It's G Crowder. Gordon.
Close enough.
In brass letters.
Yeah.
They're still there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was that part of the deal of your family, who obviously owns the property still and leases it out for some astronomical amount to make you very rich still? Was part of the deal to keep his name on the building?
No, I think it might have just
Absolutely
cost
rubbish.
a little bit too much for
Absolutely.
it to go.
Who was your uncle that I knew very well through Rotary?
It's Jeff Crowder.
Jeff Crowder, yes.
Or John Crowder.
No, it was Jeff.
It was Jeff.
He was the commercial bloke.
Yes, yeah, that's right. He was.
Was he still
He
with
was.
some?
Yeah.
I've
No,
across
he's.
that. I've got no idea.
Well, you see Nichols Crowder around.
Yes.
His son Michael is the Crowder part of it, and Jeff Nichols is.
We want a lot of money for you guys.
Are we digressing? They should be a sponsor. I'll have to get on.
We want money now. Quickly, knock out pairs. Who kicked
Yeah. They went last week. It was the mixed. It was the mixed. It was down at Belvedere, and we're actually now through to the quarterfinals.
We are indeed, which will be
So
played
if
at.
we look at that, and there's a couple of Mount Eliza teams and a couple of Kringle teams. So we'll see that on the 24th of the 11th.
When Pam was hosting the radio show, I had a little counter here of how many times Mount Eliza got freaking mentioned. Now, you start the same path, you won't be along for this show either. Now, I will do this because you were probably playing it, were you? Were you playing it? No, were you playing it or not?
No.
Oh,
No woman will play with me, mate.
With three BMWs and probably 17 properties throughout Mount Eliza.
Anyway,
you should have women falling off.
So the first match that will be played will be Dale Verhagen and Kimmy Ronan will play the Kings.
Dale said hello to me the other day.
Did he?
I don't know why. But
doesn't he like Kathy?
Is it Kathy?
Yeah, Kathy's his wife.
She's a beautiful cook. Don't know what Dale does, but he actually seems to drive around Mount Eliza like he's the king of the joint. I thought, but anyway. And I'll play the Kings. Robin King has, I'll go the Kings, that one. Pepitas, the Pepitas, Calimeras, we're in the morning, Calimeras.
Yes.
Ticanis, Kala, Sagapopolipanda. That's my Greek for the day. They're playing Wal Lewington and Julie Simpson from?
Don't know. Do you know where they're from?
I've got no idea. Why can't we have their club name beside anyway?
I don't know.
Pepitas, they'll win that. They're very good bowlers. They fight like cat and dog during the game. Give them the credit.
Well, they're married.
They are. And with the old saying in bowls is never play with your husband or wife. They choose another one. This next one's an interesting one because Peter Armistead versus Barbara Hazel versus
the Trout and Sandra.
And my favourite little person under 5 foot. I love her.
That's interesting.
And they are the reigning champions, if I'm not mistaken, for about the last 50 years. I think I've beaten them.
Well, yeah.
They're going to win that comfortably. No immense offence.
You would think so.
And then the last one is Birdseed and Jan Richardson, which is Graham Avery from Pringle.
And
Tommy Lokes and Jan Beebe.
Tommy Lockies and Jan Beebe, yes.
Lockies.
Yes, Lockies.
Who's Jan Beebe?
Jan Beebe. She's her and her husband Max down at Mount Eliza. Okay. Yeah, she's got tiny little bowl.
I would give them. Oh, does she? Yeah. She's skipping. Oh well. Yeah. Jan Richardson is a formidable opponent. I would suggest that Tom and Jan will have to bowl very well to cover her. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what Graham will do throughout the game, but he'll probably tell you how fantastic he is.
So that's on the 24th
that's all
of the 11th.
Pages away. We'll cut that.
Dan also that as well. All right. I think
have a break.
But I think we should probably go. John Adams is.
Oh yes.
Remember, he's actually doing a Club of the Week.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes now.
When you're a big bank, you have big responsibilities. The biggest of which is to do the right thing. It's something Bendigo Bank has always been good at. Bendigo Bank is proud to support AFL Southeast Women's Football.
Hastings Mowers and Equipment.
Yeah, my neighbour's cat is sitting on top of the fence taunting the dog.
Siamese.
I'll say, he's just lying there, swishing his tail, licking himself. Oh man, he's just winked at me.
Okay, it's tempting to go with a head trimmer.
Right.
Go with the Aussie AB Cougar Mark III pressure washer.
Oh yeah, we had splashdown.
There's nothing a little horsepower can't solve. Hastings Mowers and Equipment.
The story began on a quiet coastal road, in this backyard. It was the summer of 2006, when pedal pushers were in. Shane Warne took his 700th wicket, and a few great mates started making beer together. They say it takes a village to raise a child, same with a brewery. Grant here is the brains of the operation. He's the number cruncher, and the forward thinker. And there's Blake. We call him the Nutty Professor. He cares for the beers like they're his children. Oh, and Blake's mum works next door. Bless her. There's George with his son Brent. Every week they're here having a beer, asking, how's life, mate? Meet JP. He drives our delivery van. Local artists made our artwork. Lovely people. We're basically one big family, with a beer for everyone and every occasion. At Jetty Road, we're very serious about not taking ourselves too seriously. Come say hello, there's a beer waiting for you.
Welcome back to Bowling Between the Bays with Michael and Philip here.
All right.
All right, so guys, just to remind, obviously there's no bowls this weekend. because the Vic Open is, so not only for Saturday, but also midweek next week as well. So I'm actually heading up there. We do pre-record, and we are planning to go live in the future from host clubs. But it's Thursday that we've done this, and we declared that last week, and that's fine. So I'm actually heading up tomorrow, being Friday, and I'm playing Saturday, which is the singles, so men and women, and then Sunday is.
Are you playing against a man or a woman?
Who am I?
Are you playing against a man or a woman?
I'm playing against a man.
Is it open or is it gendered?
Men's.
So you play it's men's section, there's a women's section. All right.
So tomorrow being Friday, so when this goes to air, Friday already the mixed pairs will have been played on Friday. Saturday is the men and ladies singles. Mm-hmm. Sunday is then the men and ladies pairs, and then on Monday the triples for men and ladies as well.
And there's a fair representation from down this way going up there.
Well, I actually went through it. I know you
did. I was segueing you to that.
Segue, you were so good.
Because you're so good. Because
I
you
worked
do
out
nothing all week.
No,
so
there is over, from what I could see going through the whole draw, over 43 bowlers from the Mornington Peninsula heading up, which I think is quite a large.
Without looking down, should know
20.
12.
12.
Just 12 different
I wrote it down there from the Peninsula. So it's a pretty commendable number of players.
You pay peanuts folks and you get that. The clubs represented up there are Mount Eliza, of course, because they come first in every list we do. Hastings, Somerville, Balnarring, City of Frankston, Mornington, Rosebud Beach, which is something called Rosebud Community Club by the beach, or on the beach. West Rosebud, Mornington Civic, Dramana Kringle, and Yamala Park, which is a cute little club in there, hidden away.
Yeah.
I think you're right, isn't it?
They're a little bit like Main Ridge. They sort of need to try and speed the green up. It's a little bit quiet.
Well, they went to go to Carlton a couple of years ago, and the cost was just a little beyond that club that size.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for them.
Might be real multi-millionaires. Maybe one of them could shout it.
Anyway,
how many days is it over?
Shepparton. It goes for 8 days. 8 days of comp. 8 days. 8 days.
And how many different venues are there?
20.
Good.
20 different venues all over the greater Shepparton.
On Eddie, you're getting there, Eddie.
Oh, I'm getting there, aren't I?
And now, I like some of the pairings. You've got Mick Vaughan and Mike Kalmeyer. Well, that's Mickey Vaughan from.
Oh,
that's singles.
No, this is singles.
Oh, they're playing.
But you're looking at places. No, Namurka. They're playing at Namurka. Then there's Namurka Golf, Strathmerton, Wangnu, Dookie, which is Dookie, which is the agricultural college.
Thank you. You're getting that one.
I got that right.
Great.
Can
I quickly just digress for a second?
Yep. Do.
We went there for Vic Open 5 years ago, and I probably last played it. The most brilliant host you'd ever come across. People actually at the gate welcoming you to Dookie.
They did.
Yep.
They did.
And they have things.
The president comes up and goes, "Welcome to us."
Now the greens were patchy, and I remember watching Todd Simmons, one of our great sponsors from Hooded Life, playing with the great KP when they were at Fitzroy with us at the old days.
Yeah.
And if you got a bowl within the width of this table, which is probably 8 feet, was classified as a pretty good bowl. It was tough going on that green, but the host club is stunning.
Yes.
And the people there, sandwiches, classic country hospitality.
It is.
CWA-esque, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Dookie Euroa, which gets closed quicker for water on it than Hastings does in round 1 of bowls.
Shivers.
Nagambie.
Amazing.
Benalla.
So I'm actually
I play cricket there.
Okay.
Shep Park, East Shep, which is a cracking green. Scotty Guy and I, not that we want to scout to people too often, but we actually played some games that green. Shep Park and Marupna, who sadly enough had me as a cricketer many years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then we go. The ladies singles, 7 playing from 4 clubs. Hilltop,
3 venues.
Hilltop, which is a golf course.
Yeah.
And Tatura, which is a bowls club next to the Racecourse League, and Marupna again.
So there's Marupna and Marupna Golf.
Tegan Curley, that's the newish bowler down there.
Yeah, it is.
She's a bit easy on the eye, that one, isn't she? Is that the one?
Her father was my football coach at Peninsula Old Boys.
Lovely.
So
I think I'm talking about the right one.
That is Tegan.
Julie Stackpole and Kim Ronan playing together.
They are.
That's a cracking pairing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't argue with those two, would you? You'd never be right for the starters, but you'd never have them. And it's good where it's going up. She put up some weird post on our Facebook the other day about a watching thing of a bunch of bikies going through some town. See if you keep it to bowls, Anne, if you wouldn't mind. Gab's up there, Gabby Shepherd. I just love, you walk in there last Saturday at Hastings. G'day, Michael Stanley, how are you? This beaming face. And she was knocking on death's door not long ago, and I just love the fact that she's still firing and alive.
Yep.
Do we have names of anybody else? Adrian Johnson's up there. Adrian Johnson's going there. Greg McClellan, or Tex as he's known down at Somerville.
Yes.
Find a treadmill Tex, you'd need a bit... oh, mate, seriously, you're starting to look a bit like me down there. You're going up.
Yes.
John Beasy from Somerville. I don't think that's quite correctly spelled in mine. Danny Wind.
Danny Wind from Balnarring. He's, so
he had an opinion.
He's all in the Mercury Golf.
He had an opinion.
Yep.
Scott Guymer's going up there. He's actually a dookie.
Alan Ash.
He'll get slammed up there by some B-grade bowler. And
Ash.
He'll blame the green.
Yep.
Actually, he's up there. Kim Humphries from down at Race by the Beach. Phil Haynes. Now, there's a character. Now, if we get Phil playing and being the clown that he brilliantly is on the green, he can provide us some entertainment. But he's in West Roseville, which is Division 2 South. Or
He's
North.
actually there, but he's moved to Mornington. So he was thinking about going to Mornington Civic or us. But the big question is, once he heard that we got 5 new players, he said, "Oh well, there's too many there," so he didn't come. Unfortunately,
some guy from Adelaide called Wayne. Is it
Wayne
Hogan?
Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's Heroes.
Wayne Hogan, yes.
Is he in relation to Kim?
Yeah. They're actually
brother and sister.
They're married.
They're married.
Yeah, they're married. Yeah.
Oh, I thought they fought like more like husband. Okay. No. But Britt Jago.
Yep.
Britt Jago's going up.
Yeah.
So the quality level, they obviously don't have a bottom section that they say, well, you're just not good enough to be up here.
No, it's the luck of the draw. Anyway,
this has turned into a mums and dads and grandmas and grandpas event. This used to be top shelf bowlers. And I used to go up to it.
See, there's Cooper, but he was actually registered under Kringle. Notice that.
That was done 3 months ago.
Changed, yes.
Steve Adams again. Who's the guy from... It says here Frank Crisley from Race on the Beach. He cannot be registered as that. Because he plays bowls at... unless he's... we got another rumour.
It came...
He plays at the Yamaha, Caulfield Alma.
Yeah, correct. But it did actually
He's
come...
He's
come
a
through
Premier
as,
League bowler now.
Yes, and he drives so well.
He doesn't drive a car, he catches fast as zero. He's registered as Race on the Beach. That is incorrect.
Yes.
No offence meant to you, but that's
No,
wrong.
that's what it was. That's what it was.
Any other names? With ladies wise and Joyce Burt's going.
Yeah. And then it gets a bit hard because once they get into the pairs and the triples, they're composite teams, so you can't really find out who comes from what clubs.
Good luck to everybody up there at the Vic Open. It's a credit to Shepparton. Yeah. But let's face it, they sponsor the event as a major sort of contributor financially to get everybody up there. Yeah, great host. The thing's spreading out further and further. They'll be going to Mansfield soon if you get really unlucky.
But 20 different hosts. And the big thing about it is that the Mornington Peninsula camaraderie, when all the players are there, and had a reasonable tournament last year, but what was happening is...
You did it very well there last year, didn't you?
Yeah, and it will never happen
triples,
again.
you got to the quarters?
Yes.
Got money for quarters, don't you?
Yeah. I've got
$110, $150.
It was $80.
$80.
If you get to the quarterfinals of the Vic Open, here's $80. You know what? The envelope that actually had your name and quarterfinalists Vic Open... to me was more valuable than the $80. Yes. But anyway, for what it was.
Good luck to everybody out there. It's a great thing which is now extending out across 8 days, is that correct?
Yes.
It's Friday to Friday now?
Yeah. It is.
Been some great champions in it. Lisa Phillips, Lee Schreiner. Last year was young Sniper, who used to be with us at Fitzroy, who's gone to Meston to Glenroy this year. Yep. Young Jared Davies, who is just the next big superstar of bowls. He's everybody have a lot of fun up there. It's a great week. It is fun. If you're up there, if you're watching this and you're up there or you're on your way up, Monday night don't get the dogs, greyhounds at the Kyla Park. Yeah. I suggested to Barbara Gilbert, who's the president of Bowls Vic and the tournament director, I think, or whatever, they should actually organise something with the Trotty Club there to have a bowls night at the Trots and maybe have...
that would be smart.
But of course you've got to then link up with Harness Racing Victoria to get that to happen. But anyway, it's a fabulous week. It's a great one. I've got a little suggestion which came to me from a viewer. Yeah. Could we maybe take a short break, or do we need to go through and finish and come back and...
yeah, I think we can do a short break and then we can probably end on that. What do you think?
We'll have a Sandra McColgan break.
We're back.
Hastings Mowers and Equipment.
Yeah, my neighbour's cat is sitting on top of the fence taunting the dog.
Siamese.
I'll say, he's just lying there, swishing his tail, licking himself. Oh man, he's just winked at me.
Okay, it's tempting to go with a hedge trimmer.
Right,
Go with the Aussie AB Cougar Mark III pressure washer.
Oh yeah, we had splashdown.
There's nothing a little horsepower can't solve. Hastings Mowers and Equipment.
Welcome back to Bowling Between the Bays. We're coming to the end of our second segment, our second show. And there's something, Michael, that you want to... you had somebody come up with a suggestion.
Well, somebody asked a question through Facebook and then through me, sort of... I think Jodie watches, I'm not quite sure, but anyway. Jodie Ashbury from Druin, but she plays at Clayton, and she said, are there any father, sons, daughters, or mothers, sons, daughters tournaments? And I thought, well, we have just put everything else covered in the game.
Yeah.
But there's actually one for a club out there thinking about what they could put on, is put on a fathers and daughters or mothers and sons event. There's plenty of parents out there and grandparents, or see if you be grandparents, grandson, or whatever, play and have a tournament which is like that. I know that your club did something akin to that when you first opened your new Machine Greens, because you had Todd Simmons, Dylan Fisher was playing with...
we had Todd,
John
Dylan, and...
Yes.
And also Little Jet as well.
Jet, yes.
They played as a 4 against 4 of us, so yes.
Yes, including yourself there, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
Did you get one close that night?
Pardon?
Did you get one close?
I did reasonably well that night, yeah.
Not sure I'm confident about your bowling, are you?
Well, you asked me the question, I'll give you the answer. So
I'm just trying to pump you a bit tight. I want to get you to the region side. Hey, speaking of region side, Piggy, aka Darren Mathers, but just call him Piggy, he'll know it is. And he is, rumour, possibly fact, is that the region side will start to be massaged together for invitations, heaven forbid, inviting people to nominate. So if you play Division 7 at West Rosebud on a Monday night in Grandma Signals, put your name down and come along and have a try out for the region side. I'm sure you'll be welcome on. But anyway,
I would have thought if they're out and about actively playing against other teams,
we know who's playing.
They know who's a reasonable player, and they should actually invite them to it.
Forbid we should upset somebody down here. Oh, so I want to say your name too, who gave me the SHI double things a couple of years back. Who nominated, and when I told him the reality was you're not really up to this level, and I think it'd probably be save your test, but it's not, I'll tell you now, you won't make it in the side. Yeah. Well, how can you turn that on? Seriously, folks, if you're going to nominate for this thing, think that seriously, if you're playing Division 2, or 3 or 4, just think yourself there are, what's the quick one, 8 times 16 is 80, 46, 48, 128 bowlers in a grade above you, who probably should get first call on a spot there, unless you are exceptional like a poor try-roll playing in Division 2 or the old...
I was about to say, Division 2 could be the number one team.
I would advise you to say nothing at this stage because your chances still get in the side. I, on the other hand, can say my piece. Think about if you're going to nominate, if you really... Be aware that it'd be great if you've won something at the regional level or district level, you play high position at Peninsula that does well, and you're visually seen by people... Nominate them. Otherwise, make it easier for the poor selectors who are not the brightest sparks around. You've got Darren Mathers, you've probably got the Mad Scotsman out there at Pakenham.
I'm saying nothing.
You're still a chance to get in the side. And one of the ladies, I don't know who it is anyway. Anyway, just make it easy for them. And the other thing is, if you've got an ego and you think, oh, I should be playing in the team as a third or a skipper, but the reality is you're probably going to pick her as a leader second because you're better there. Put your hand up and go and play and stop being prima donnas and thinking you're all better than you are. And oh God, I wish I could say names here, but I'm just going.
Have we got one rant session or about 3 or 4?
I'll rant all day.
About five.
I'll tell you what. I'll come back after the break. When you, after all your interviews you did up there at Shepparton and all the different venues, which people then mould together and make the following Saturday show.
That's what I'm going to be trying to do.
Yeah. Well, you're not trying to, you are going to do it.
Am I going to do it?
Yes.
In between bowling, I will do it.
And what are you going to ask them to do at the end of the show? At the end of the interview?
End of the show. My name is, and you have been watching...
Yeah, Between the Bays.
Bowling Between the Bays.
Well, you've had
That's
more
what you've asked me to say, isn't it, Pete? So I'll be...
Can we get Jeff Toes back next week?
He's
actually fun to have here.
We can hang it on him a bit.
Well, he doesn't say a lot. That was actually the feedback, Jeff, if you're watching. You don't say much. You just sit there and... Look, well, smug, and I won the club singles, and I am this, and I did that, and I've been the president of South Somerville East, West, North Junior Football Club and a life member there, and... Anyway, I love this. Has been fun.
Um,
Don't know if anybody takes it seriously or not, but I sure don't.
all right, so next week's show will be a combination, hopefully, of a whole bunch of interviews.
It'll be all about Phil next
That
week.
No, it won't be.
It will be. We'll miss you. We've done yet?
Some might like that.
Can I go?
Okay,
Can I go?
that's it. We can go
Okay.
now.
Bye.
All right.
See you,
thank
folks. See you next week.
later. Bye.
The week after, actually. Bye.
The story began on a quiet coastal road in this backyard. It was the summer of 2006 when pedal pushers were in. Shane Warne took his 700th wicket and a few great mates started making beer together. They say it takes a village to raise a child, same with a brewery. Grant here is the brains of the operation. He's the number cruncher and the forward thinker. And there's Blake. We call him the Nutty Professor. He cares for the beers like they're his children. Oh, and Blake's mum works next door. Bless her. There's George with his son Brent. Every week they're here having a beer, asking, how's life, mate? Meet JP. He drives our delivery van. Local artists made our artwork. Lovely people. We're basically one big family, with a beer for everyone and every occasion. At Jetty Road, we're very serious about not taking ourselves too seriously. Come say hello, there's a beer waiting for you.
When you're a big bank, you have big responsibilities. The biggest of which is to do the right thing. It's something Bendigo Bank has always been good at. Bendigo Bank is proud to support AFL Southeast Women's Football.